Hello, my name is Omar Rabasad. It's 3:50 p.m., October 1st, 2019. So I posted a bunch of tweets today, and just to prove that there is a conspiracy that's going on in this building um, that is being used to cover up the trafficking that's going on. And of course, the trafficking is being done in such a way that it involves a whole lot of people colluding to recruit, to train, and to sell. So everyday occurrences and everyday setups and everyday processes and business activities are actually fronts for trafficking. So the videos that I posted are just parts of that puzzle. So while each video, if you look at it, it doesn't fit into the big picture. If you take all the videos together, the picture will become clearer. So it would seem that when certain occurrences are presented as standalone occurrences, these are not really standalone occurrences. These are part of a bigger scheme. Something else is going on behind the scenes that plans it and makes it happen. So this is exactly what's going on in the sex slave ring that's being operated, that I suspect is being operated in the area, not only in the building. The building is just a part of it. That involves the police, that involves workplaces, businesses, professionals, all parts of society, the courts, all parts of society. So Epstein's case really serves as a really good example of how it's done. He bought. He First of all, he made money. The official story is he was placed in a school, and from the school, as a teacher, he became connected to um, more well-connected individuals who connected him to all the other parts, right up the pyramid. Now it's strange that it is in a school with young kids, but anyways, he is connected, and then he's at a lower level, then he connects to a higher level. Well, this is exactly the same pyramidal scheme that is being run all over the world, not only here, all over the world. So I suspect that there's a remote component to the sex slave rings, and the remote component is really to train and to torture, which is part of the training, really, and customization. So part of this ring is to get the person physically involved, then somehow buy the person from poor families, that from cultures that do not value girls, boys as well, in a lot of cases now, because there's a lot of bisexuality and a lot of gay people, which is I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that there seem to be a whole lot more of bisexuals and gays, so the demand for boys are increasing. So the person is procured, and procurement can take place in a lot of forms. It could, as I said, it could take place as a purchase, where parents are given money and literally sells the child, or the person could be lured into the activity, or the person can be trained into the activity. Now, Epstein used all types of ways of getting people, girls, into his ring. He bought them, he procured them, he lured them. And I would suspect, given from what I see and experience here in Toronto, that remote technologies like the ones I've demonstrated are being used to train the kids. And kids the biggest part of this. The kids are most is the group that's most in demand. for pedophiles and to be trained when they get older to get into the business. So the remote technologies are being used to train the kids in their beds as they sleep at night without their parents knowing, without the kids knowing, of course, because a child would not know what's going on. So by the time the child hits, if, for instance, this training and selection started at year one, and the child's dreams are manipulated, or his circumstances or her circumstances are manipulated, and they're trained in this pattern, this template that's put together by professionals. And as I said, all kinds of professionals are involved in this: therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, all sorts of professionals that come together to put this program together. And the MK Ultra program is just a good example of that. It's a psychological and physical torture program, emotional torture program, that's meant to break you, make you vulnerable, and then this person or persons will come into your life and befriend you and infiltrate you, and then the person will know everything about you, because then you're so vulnerable and so needy that you're going to tell this person everything about you. So this person is then your handler and a source of information to the ring that is actually operating behind the person, who the person is actually a part of. This template is used over and over and over and over and over again. The idea is to break the victim, break it down, break the person down, emotionally, financially, physically. And that's where directed energy weapons comes in. And I demonstrated this. I've been demonstrating it for years. But now with more sophisticated, cheap equipment, you can really get down to the nitty gritty, and you can isolate in a detailed fashion how it's being done, which I'm doing right now. This is a conspiracy using covert technology such as active denial systems, lasers, tasers, and frequency weapons to manipulate your mind, to manipulate your moods, to put you in depression, to make you angry, to roboticize you. These things, these covert technologies are being used to train, to torture. As the comments outside my window, she's being homeschooled, and their names are being dropped. This is the person I'm being customized to at home, homeschooled, customized to this person who has the contract and who is selling to, who is subcontracting. So the subcontractors are really clients, and the contractor is the pimp. This is the cover that's being used in my case to traffic me remotely. And then, of course, I heard the comment, I'm decelibated, which means that the remote part of the training is finished. Now we're going to get you a real partner. So before, and I heard that the Chinese traffickers are using some sort of a haptic technology and a sex roboticized scenario to train. Like you'll get this in and out sensation in your vagina that imitates sex, but it's not real. It's not as real as if you had real sex, but it comes pretty close. And the whole idea is, while they're doing this customization, the traffickers are using equipment that they want to refine as well, because eventually remote sex is going to be normal. It's going to be accepted. It's going to be sold. It's going to be bought. It's going to be normal part of life. This is another part, another